As a matter of fact, this office that I'm sitting in just now, this was the exact office where I had come for the first time, and I started my career with the gentleman who used to be my boss, who used to sit in the adjacent chamber. And this used to be a very different place. Interestingly, how things turned out was that I ended up taking up this place, and now I run my own law firm out of it. So I think the life actually comes a full circle. You basically cannot really predict how things are going to be. When I'd come and started working with this gentleman as a junior colleague to him, I was literally scared. There is a bathroom that we have here, and I used to go and cry every single day because he would scold everything. I mean, it was a lot of scolding, a lot of problems that one faces generally. I was also having a difficult time in my life at that point in time, and all of that was sort of together. But I don't know how it just happened. I mean, I think I did not give up, and that is probably the reason why it kept going on. I remember when I started in the Supreme Court, people had thought that ye 4 दिन की चांदनी, another 6 months she'll be gone. It's not that that she's going to survive. So a lot of people are still very what do you call it? They're surprised that I'm still there because everybody thought that and this we've also noticed a lot of times that at least while the courts used to be on, new girls would join in, and after a year or 6 months you would see that they did not really continue. They would leave, or they would maybe join a corporate side of litigation. If not litigation, they would go into a GC practice, things like that. Or they might just leave their career altogether and not really pursue law anymore. To each their own. It's not that I'm judging anybody, but we saw, because there were barriers to entry, one, and second, I think the fact that it's not always been a very conducive environment for women, specifically if they're looking at litigation. Now if you look at Supreme Court and High Court, we would still feel that it is still better, but lower courts, I believe, are still, because I practice in the lower courts as well, I find it a little difficult because there is a lot of mansplaining that happens, unfortunately, and both from the bench and of course from the bar. So if there is a maybe a little senior man who's there, he will try and mansplain you everything about law as if you've never understood any part of it, and therefore you're always thinking, if I am doing the right thing, if I'm actually, so you end up questioning yourself instead of being that confident person thinking that no, I actually know what is a certain thing, how it is moving forward. But nonetheless, so I think that these are the things that actually deter you from coming out and becoming a litigating lawyer. Also, I think the second most important problem as females, and specifically if you're a first generation lawyer, that we face is the fact that you have to generate your own clientele, right? So how often do we see that a person will just walk into my office and say, okay, this is the case that I have and I want you to advise me on it? Not very often, at least not in the initial years of your work. Now of course I can, in the hindsight, look at it that in the past couple of years my work has increased, people just walk in. But initially it never used to be like that. Specifically if you're doing something in Supreme Court, you have to have a funnel of or a network of lawyers who would be referring matters to you in order for you to file an appeal or an SLP in Supreme Court. So and then you have to also prove yourself. It's And also I think the third most important part is that it's not that as a young lawyer you get an opportunity to argue so much in Supreme Court. So you basically left to, let's say, drafting and filing. Very rarely would you get an opportunity to argue, because most of these cases are such high stake cases that you have to inevitably engage a senior who's more mature, who has a better understanding. So I think all of these are such huge deterrents for all of us that overcoming them in, let's say, with a magic wand is just not possible. So I think I don't know about others, because I have seen a lot of people who started off with me, and the fact that they did not give up, and they're still around, I think that says a lot about women doing really brilliant job for themselves. But sometimes I've also seen, some very brilliant lawyers, advocates, who have gone family way, so they are unable to continue their career. I think that kind of a balance also becomes a bit of a problem for women specifically in law.